Natalie is with us in Baltimore. Hi, Natalie. How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I was just tuning into your show not too long ago, and you were speaking about life insurance and how whole life is absolute junk.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood how or why that is necessary or true.
Okay.
I believed that whole life was better, and I started out seeking whole life, and so I ended up buying a policy for each of my 3 kids, and I have a universal policy for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And the policies I have for my 3 kids, one is it's called a 10-pay, where you pay it for 10 years and it's paid up.
Yep.
And so I did that with my oldest daughter, and she has a policy. It's only $15,000 or $20,000 for hers.
Yeah. It's a standard kid policy. Yeah. The reason you believe this is what you've been sold. Okay. But let's walk through it for a minute. Okay. There's 2 kinds of insurance, as you mentioned. There's cash value insurance and there's term insurance. All right. Term insurance on average runs about 1/20th the cost of whole life or cash value insurance. In other words, you could have bought that same policy. Instead of spending $100, you'd buy a month or whatever it was. Let's use $100 to be an example. Then you'd spend $5 a month. So what does the extra $95 that you're going to, what does it go to? Okay. Well, it goes to build up a savings account inside the policy called cash value. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes.
And that's why you bought it, because you thought, hey, it builds up a cash value. That's awesome. All right. And here's the thing. The problem is not that. The problem is that the rules or the guidelines that what happens to the money in the savings account. On average, it's making about 1 to 1.5%. Horrible rate of return. Number one. Number two, if you want your money out of the policy, you either have to cancel the policy or you have to borrow your own money. Now, you put the money in there. You put the money in there, but when you take it out on a loan, you pay them interest to borrow your money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take money out of a savings account and borrow it from the bank, and give them interest to borrow your own money back. Not if you're smart, anyway. And then, but the worst part of, the fees are really high. The cash value doesn't build up for many, many years, but after 2 or 3 years, finally it does start building up. So it's really heavy loaded fees on the front end. And then the worst part, though, is this. You got a $15,000 policy on this kid. What's the cash value in one of those? As an example.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
I don't even know what the cash value on any of them are now.
I'll give you a guess. Let's say it's $5,000. If you close the policy, that they'd get $5,000. All right, and we've just established that you've paid extra for that $5,000 to be in that policy. So you have a savings account inside that policy, right?
Right.
You paid a lot more for these policies than you would have for the same amount of term insurance. A lot more. Now, so that $5,000 that's in there, it's your money. The problem is this: if the person that the insurance is on dies, they don't pay the $15,000 insurance plus your savings. They pay the $15,000 insurance. What happened to your savings?
Oh,
it's gone.
Oh,
and the only way you
the
only way you have a prepaid insurance policy, or the only way you have a 10-pay policy is that's not paid up. It just means prepaid. Because here's the deal: if you're an insurance company and you are issuing life insurance, as long as that person is alive, or as long as that policy is in force, there is a cost to cover them because there is a statistical probability of their death. That after 10 years, the statistical probability of that person's death did not go away, right? So they still have a cost associated with keeping that policy on the books, even though you've already got it paid up. But all you did was just prepay it. So you double paid and triple paid to pay in advance for many years to come. And that's how it gets paid up. That's the only way. There's no such thing as paid up insurance. It just means prepaid. Now they call it paid up because that's the phrase they want to use. So what would I do if I were in your shoes? Well, if the people need life insurance, let's get life insurance on them. make sure the life insurance is there, and then I would close these policies. And now, if they're ill and can't get life insurance, then you're stuck. And, they're stuck in the policy because their health situation doesn't allow them to change because they've lost their health since they got the policy. But if they have a need for life insurance and can get life insurance, then buy the life insurance to replace it, and then cancel this stuff and put your investments in something else that when you die, they don't keep your money. So you just don't want to go there. It's just a really, really bad place. So that's why it's just inordinately expensive. It is one of the worst financial products on the market today. The car lease, the whole life insurance policy, and the credit card are the three things that are keeping the middle class in the middle. And people they're just getting messed over. I mean, when you crunch the numbers on any one of the three of those things, it makes you go ballistic about how bad they are, about how rough the consumer is being treated in every one of those situations. So I stay away from it. I would only suggest, and for 25 years here on the radio, I've only suggested term life insurance. And I've never suggested anyone lease a car, and I've never suggested someone get a credit card. Because they hold you back, causes you to not win. I want you to win. Now, obviously, the people in those industries don't like me. Oh, well, I'll have to live with that. Oh, darn. Really wasn't signing up to take a poll here anyway. We're just here helping folk. And if who else doesn't like me? Well, that'd be the title pawning people and the rip-off payday loan people, because I tell people they're the scum of the earth. I mean, not only are you ripping people off, but you're ripping poor people off. I mean, because that's who does title. You notice that payday lending is not the rich end of town, right? Well, they don't need it over there. No, they're too dadgum smart to do it. That's why they're rich. Hello. So if you just keep doing stupid poor people stuff, you'll stay stupid and poor. I mean, hey, I've been there. I know what it looks like. I did stupid, and I've done poor. I know what it looks like. Actually, I've never been poor. I've been broke. Poor is a state of mind. But I'm not going to live like that. And I'm not going to continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over again, then scratch my head and wonder why I'm still broke. So you've got to make decisions on how you're going to live and look around and say, okay, this is what wealthy people are doing. Let's do wealthy people stuff. And, there's a few wealthy people buy whole life because they get sold the crap too, but not very many. Most of us, I got to tell you, in the financial advising world, in the financial coaching world, the financial counseling world, I don't know anybody that recommends cash value insurance except people who sell it. I can't find them. There's no outside people that don't have a conflict of interest looking at it like me and going, no, Dave, you're wrong. You can't add. No, I can add. You keep somebody's money after they save it for 20 years at death, there's no way that's a good return on investment. It's just bad. And that's what this whole situation comes down to. So, those of you that don't like it, you don't like me, oh well. I think I'll be able to live with that. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. You can do this. That really is the message. Whether you've got $270,000 in student loan debt or $27,000, whether you've got a $50,000 income or a $500,000 income,